Hello there, this is Dementia Man again. It's been a little while, I haven't been very well, but I'm here now. This is an AV receiver, a Sony one, and it doesn't have any display, none at all. All the amplifier completely works, but you can't do nothing with it. On the front panel, I've actually got on the energizer filament side, I don't know if that's the right wording, I've actually got 5 volts, which doesn't, it's meant to be AC voltage, and I've got 5 volts AC. It doesn't ring true to me. I'm not very good at these, so this may be a muck up or not. The 5 volts, it starts over the FL, which is the filaments at the front there, starts over here in this little circuit here from this power supply here. That's the way I've worked it out. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I ain't, I don't know. And this, I think they call, what they call this is a doubler circuit of some sort. And what it does, the AC is coming in off of the transformer to this connector here. It's coming in as 12 volts each side AC. So it's to about 25 volts, 24 volts. Now, goes through these 2 resistors, 1 circuit, 2 circuits. Smooth there. Now, I don't know how these 4 diodes work, but the idea is it's got to stay as AC, because then it goes through here into this circuit here. Now, I can't find the 5 volts here. Now, according to the schematics, I traced it through. It goes all the way through here, all the way through to this connector here. There's a twin connector. Then it goes up this wire here into this board over here. Then it goes, it doesn't, these circuits, according to the diagram, don't actually touch anything else except until it reaches the front panel, because it's just the AC feed for the display. I'm not very good at these, and so it maybe I'm seeing this all wrong, but when I test this circuit, I get all my voltages right until I reach this connector, and then they all go to pot, and I've only got DC here. I haven't got any ACs. Now, I thought it might be something to do with this circuit, but this circuit is nothing to do with it. It's the on-off circuit from the little computer thing. It goes off to there. It's all digital, this stuff here. There's a little bit of voltage, I think 5 volts or 3 volts, something like that. But this capacitor here, I get strange reading. If I earth at the top of this capacitor and earth out anywhere on the body, I'm getting voltage here, which I thought this was an earth. Earth is earth, you know, you shouldn't get voltage if it's an earth and an earth, unless that's normal for a doubler circuit. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this capacitor and test it on my little meter. And I might be totally wrong here and going the wrong way about this entirely, but you know, it's one of them things. I'm going to try it. It's going to take a little while to come apart, because I'm going to take off the whole of the back panel just to make it easier to get in there. As normal, make sure that you have unplugged the power supply, because this circuit here does handle the main supply as well. and we don't have accidents. Now also these two capacitors here, these big ones, get their voltage from this wire here, which is, it comes out at 60 volts, and it charges these capacitors. It comes into AC, goes through that rectifier and charges these capacitors. They're the main output smoothing capacitors, and they can hold hell of a charge. So you don't if you're going to work on this part of the board, you want to make sure these are discharged first. I use a 21 watt car bulb, an indicator bulb. Just touch it across the terminals and it discharges these. You get a flash and then they're discharged. Sometimes I've done it and it's blowing the bulb up. So but I as I say, I'm a real amateur. I'm going to take the back panel off. It's going to take a little while. What I'll do is I think I'll pause the video and then I'll turn you back on in a little while. Right, I'm back again. I've got this far. Now I'm going to disconnect these connectors. That one's a strange one, isn't it? It's a little flip up thing, I believe. Yeah. It's a little flip up one, but it don't want to flip up. Let's get a screwdriver under it. Yeah, it is. Strange connector. Anyway, undo these screws. It's a big earth one, isn't it? But I know the 5 volt AC at the front panel is not right. It should be quite a bit more. It varies on these, but it's normally 20 to 30, maybe 40 volts on some of them. That's it. Oh, someone's worked on this before. You can probably tell that someone has been in here because it's very clean. They're not normally like this. I think someone's probably tackled this fault before. I think what we'll do is you can if you leave these, you trace this through. What's that marked up? I'll just have a look at this under here because the eyes ain't what they used to be. Power relay, which is what I suspected. That is just for the front panel, that one. There it is. R2 plus and R2. That denotes it is positive. That's a bit. I always thought they worked on R2 ground. Comes out there, goes along the ground. Yeah, that capacitor there, that one I was looking at, it's an R2. Yeah, very strange. Wish I knew more about these. Wish I did. Anyway, I think I'm going to take that out and test it rather than leave it in there, because sometimes you actually get a false reading because other capacitors in the same circuit. That one there's no, that one's not in the same circuit. Anyway, I just grabbed the other side as well. got ready before, shouldn't I? Just plug this in up here. Sorry about the arm. Right, this one's on. The little stand. There it is. I don't know if you've seen one of these before. It's a really cheap desoldering tool. It's like got the little hole in the middle, and then you just push this plunger down and boom. Sometimes. I did have a look at the prices of the air ones. I thought 70 quid was a little bit too much for me, for the amount of this type of thing I do. I can test that as it is, but I want to take it out and test it. What should it be? $2,200 UF, 25 volt. That would make right, because well, it's 25 volt. They're pushing it to its limit because it's on the circuit that it comes off that diode. Then goes out on the, what one does it go out on? It goes out on the no, it definitely goes out positive R2, negative R2. Maybe I'm missing something in this circuit, but when I looked at the diagram, the schematic, I traced it through for 3 or 4 pages. It goes through. You have to dot around, and there's nothing else. It just seems to go through the boards. This one at the end, the one at the end, the main power board and distribution board, it goes all the way through right to the end. It's marked up on here as positive 12. Where's the R2? 16 ground. 16. So where's my circuit for the R2? Where's my R2 circuit? It comes onto this ribbon here by the looks of it. Just check, and I just, while that's charging up, just going to put the meter across. Mine, that's hot now. Just put my meter across these diodes here. I don't know, you probably can't see this. Anyway, let's go across here. Strange. I really am amateur at this, but to me them diodes are not working as they should. Depends on other stuff in the circuit, doesn't it? Anyway, I'll go with my original plan for now. which is that one there. The Parkinson is not too bad today. I say that, but you never know when it's going to kick off. That's the trouble. I don't know if anybody else suffers with it, but you got to just put this in there. I don't know if you can see this, but just have to put it on there like that. Don't know if that's loose or not. Well, one's loose, one ain't. I hope you can see, but you know, it's a. There it is. Yeah, it's marked positive and negative because you don't want to get them mixed up. It looks good. There's no bulge into it or anything like that. Unplug that one. Run the wire. Don't want to burn it. Right, now get the other little meter. Here it is. Right. Oh, yeah, you can see that. Now what you do is just connect these leads. These little meters are really handy. Just connect these leads onto it like this. Press the button. It's looking at it. It's a capacitor, 1996. What should it be? 22. Yeah, it's okay. I think they're no, that's okay. There's nothing really wrong with that. Nothing. Yeah, it's low, but it's not enough to muck anything up. I wouldn't have thought. I'm just going to test the other one while it's in circuit. Just connect these leads onto it. This board's really clean. Someone else has worked on this, probably someone better than I am, and they've decided to give up on it. Let's try this one. Capacitor again, 791. It should be 1,000. 791. It's okay. The meter says it's okay, and it doesn't really. It would come up on this display if it was a bad capacitor, or if the reading 2002. I'm wondering if I would replace that. Let me have another look at it. How far down was it? I don't know if anybody else out there suffers with this dementia, but it does make your 19. No, I would say that's all right. But decision making becomes a problem at times. because you don't know whether to trust your decisions, what you are feeling. You know, it's I just want to do a little test on it. I'm going to do a positive to earth on this capacitor on the positive to earth on the case. No, I'm not getting nothing. It's too high range. No, it doesn't. The meter would have told me if it was leaking anyway. It comes up with a strange code of some sort, what I remember. I'm going to put this back in. Wish my eyes were better, I can't even see that. Yeah, it's worked. It's got the positive and negative 16 volt. Ground. That must be the feed to the display, but why is it feeding? I didn't think these displays worked on DC. Perhaps this one does. I think we'll put it back we'll get that capacitor put back in and just put on the soldering iron. Don't turn that one off. I'll run it at 371, the soldering iron. It's got, now I can put my meter across them when I've got it back in. 16 volt, positive and negative. It's 1, 2. Oh, there's 3 grounds and just there. So that must be the feed for the display. It has to be. I can't see it being anything else. Yeah. Make sure you get the positive round the right way. Oh, steady. Just waiting for the soldering iron to heat up a little bit. Let's put this one out of the way. So I'll probably burn myself on it. Get over there. It's been raining a lot today. It's probably the same all over the country. Put it out there. Touching right. Right, yeah. Come down here with this one. It's nicely marked, but as I say, I still don't understand. I'm sure it was AC on these displays. I've got my 3 volts to the main chip on the front panel, so that's there. I've checked the resistors on the front just from this back view. There's a couple of little capacitors on there. So I'm only getting 5 volts. It starts off at 16, but as I say before, the schematic says it goes straight through. I traced right through, and it starts here and ends there. So it's got to be this end. Probably 4. I get 12 and 12 is 24. The output from this that feeds this little circuit is actually, it comes out at 24 volts. And it must... Then I've got FL ground. What's that? Let's just clean that off a little bit. If I go quiet, it's because I'm thinking, and I know it doesn't do good for a video though, does it? Let's just clean this off. There's a little bit of dust in here, but it's too clean to be good. Now look, there's a... Don't know what that's marked up. FL ground, DSP ground, which is, well, I suppose you could say it's display. But then it's showing 8 volts R4. I don't know where the R4 is. None of that showed up in the display. Right, now let's put this capacitor back in. And must be like watching paint dry, watching me do a video. Yeah. I don't know if you get any benefit from these. I normally have music playing when I'm doing stuff like this. I won't drink that anymore for a little while. Put it back out of the way. Let's just check them because yeah, they're all right. Put this back in. Them screws. They're little tiny, they're little screws, little dumpy ones, look. Oh, don't lose that one. Magnetic screwdriver, really handy. Line up the other holes before you tighten anything, or put all 3 in before you tighten them. You don't have to yank these down too tight. You don't want to crack the circuit board. I don't know if you can, but probably might. Look at that, the Parkinson's is fine today. First time in weeks. Push that one back in there. Oh, support that board. Connect this one. This circuit doesn't have anything to do with this little circuit here. It just seems to go through here and back out again. So I think it's just the on-off circuit. And obviously it's a power supply for... it carries a 5 volt, so it must be going back to there. Right, connect this one again. There's a big one at the back. That's the mains into the switch at the... No, it's the one into the transformer, this is. Right, now these circuit boards go back in when I put the back panel back on. Connect the wire. I sometimes forget the wires to connect everything. Oh, steady on there. I don't mind if you laugh, it's okay. Oh, I see. Didn't get it lined up, did I? That's the tuner bit. It goes in like that. Let's get the bottom one in here first. Here we go. We get one in here. I didn't disconnect none of the wires on this. Didn't find it necessary. Well, you put it back together a little bit. Another one in the case over here. I dismantle these with an electric screwdriver, but I always put them back together by hand so you can feel the screw. I don't know how many other people like to put them in like that. This video might end up a little bit long. Let's just check, make sure they're still running. Oh yeah, half an hour, bloke. Now, sorry, didn't mean to say that. We get one in the tuner bit. One in the speaker terminals. Speaker connection points, I think people call them. I don't know. Really? Now I know that it's ground, negative, ground, positive, ground. Don't know what all the grounds are for. Whether it needs it or not, I don't know. I did have two of these. This receiver, I ordered two from, I get them from eBay, you know, just old ones that are something to work on. The other one I got was a Sony, another Sony one. The bloke said stopped working, don't know why. And when I plugged it in and everything, it all worked. I mean, I didn't find anything wrong with it at all. So I don't know. You know, I got it really good price. I got it for 16 quid. I don't know if that's a good thing. or anything. This one cost me £20. I probably paid over the top for it, like normal. But the idea is, hobbies cost you money, don't they? Be careful with these are plastic, so you don't want to strip them. The screws go into plastic. I'm going to check the voltages again. Let's get it all back together, this bit, because I don't want to. I normally try on these a couple of times and I get fed up with them and then I just get rid of them. I normally give them away, you know, so if you're down towards Hastings or anything like that, you might see one of these come up on the free site. I've got a few bits going on the free site soon. Some work, some I've worked on, some I've got fed up with, you know, some are finished with. I've really got to stop buying stuff and get onto my other stuff. I actually, I don't know how many of you saw the video on the little wind chime thing. That was a prototype. I've got another one in the. I've got another one in mind. But I don't know when I'll get onto that. Yeah, as I say, I've not been very well, and yeah. Right, I'll tell you a little bit about more about myself. I've actually got the dementia, which and the Parkinson's comes from that, and the I'm celiac, and I've got diabetes. And to top it all, I'm 72, so I'm hanging on. I'm not one for just sitting there watching telly. I watch a lot of films and movies and stuff like that. When I'm not well, there's not much else I can do. We're nearly there. I've got one screw left after this. It goes under there. The screwdriver's wearing out. So you'll have to let me know how you think about me rattling on like I do. Yeah. They say that doing these videos will be good for me. This is what they say. Keep your mind active. But as I say, I normally got music playing, like this classic FM and stuff like that in the background. But obviously with all the copyright and all that, I just have a quick look that I've got it all connected. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's use a different meter this time. Right, let's plug in. Sometimes I plug these in and they go bang. I chuck them in the bin because you don't want no one else blowing up. Right, power's on. Where's the on off? There it is. Click. The first click's good. That's the mains relay. Second click is connecting these capacitors to the rest of the circuit, which is the main stabilizer output things. Hang on, just have a look on the front panel, make sure. No, nothing's there still. Right, hang on. This is a different meter. This is an old B&Q one. 20 volts. It's the you gotta be careful over here because you get mains as well. Second one in. Hang on, I've got to try and control the Parkinson's to get in there without shaking and shorting it out. Well, that's not right. Don't tell me, I'm going to take that all out again. Let's try again. Oh dear, it's over voltaged. It said 16 volts. I'm reading 40 volts. There's something wrong with that input board. How's it reading that much? 40 volts. I think this one's beyond me. It should be 16 volts. I'm reading 40. What's coming out of the transformer? Which is them two. Oh. You can sometimes control it a little bit. And sometimes you can't. Hook up to AC. Oh, hang on, I had the meat on. This is where the dementia mucks you up. Let me get this right. Right. On AC. Them two bits there. Yeah, 33. That's not what I had before. Not what I had before at all. It seems to have varied. Right, on one channel, 16 volts. That ain't what I had before, is it? I only had 12. 12? This transformer, all right? I have a 16. These transformers are pretty tough. They don't normally go wrong. Let's check that again, that output. Direct current, which is what that reads, positive, negative. I read 42 volts. Now at the display end, which is over here, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, don't want to short nothing out. Good job it's a plastic meter. Now across these two links here, which go up to the display. Oh, even I can't see it. Let's put it up to AC. Six volts. That's beyond me, this one, I think. I'm not very good at these. It's 6 volts AC, which isn't enough. I must have read the schematic wrong somewhere. It goes into that end circuit board there. But that board does all the voltages for everything. It's even got the little computers down there that does all that bit of it. And then you've got all the rectifiers and everything. There's another one. There's the main voltage down there. The 17 volts is down on the bottom board there. I've checked that and that's all fine. But the projection relay would click out if that one wasn't right. I know that much because I had to do one once. Now on this board up here, on this end board, I've checked, it's got written all the voltages are on here and they all come out as right. The ones that I need to get to are behind here. They give you a silly little hole to poke your... Oh, no, I don't suppose it is. It's just where they built it. But I'd have to take this bracket off, which means... And then it's the connections are too close together for me to actually probe. You know, I'll short it out and blow up something else. So it looks like, I'm sorry people, this one's probably going to end up as a giveaway. It's a shame. It actually sounds really good. You can use the radio. It's quite easy to use without the display. You just press it and it auto searches for the radio. It comes through. You can't do none of the surround stuff because you need the display to work that out. I'm going to end this video now because I can't do this one. It's beyond me. I don't know why that circuit down there. See, I use this little pointer. That connector there is ground, positive 16 volt, ground, negative 16 volt, and then ground again. Obviously, positive and negative are not 16. I wish I understood the circuit better. It's possibly these are doubled, and that's where I'm getting me 16, 12, 16, 20, 26. It's probably where I'm getting that voltage from. Why? Because it is a doubler circuit. Put on DC again. But if you look at this, you can probably see that okay because I've got a wide-angled camera. Go on that one there and that one there. 42 volts. Which works out right, doesn't it? So that voltage probably sounds okay. It's around the other way with negative and positive. Yeah, it's around the right way now. So that's positive. So that circuit is right. Now this circuit here, which is marked up differently, 11 volts. That sounds more. $11 volts. Is that wire over 1, 2, 3 blue wire goes on there and it's marked. Find the mains bit. Oh no, that's okay. It's marked up. What's that burn mark there? Put a burn mark on that bit there. I'll turn this off and resolder that one there. There's a mark on one of the connectors. I'm going to resolder it before I turn you people off. turn that off. Did I turn it off? It don't matter. It's off now, isn't it? I don't know if you can see that burn mark there. There's a little burn mark. Let's turn it around a little bit. So it's on the voltage regulator, a 9-volt regulator. But you sometimes get these burn marks on these anyway. Yeah. Put on the other light. Hang on. A little bit better. No, it's nothing to do with it. It's on the... See, none of them are the right ones. The ones I'm looking at are down behind here on that connector there. They come in on the bottom board, which is under here, because this plugs into the bottom board. And it just comes up, loops over, doesn't go through anything. Now look, so you've got one there, FL1, FL2, then you've got -20. Red marks there. They go up to the front panel, which is where I've been testing. And that's where I'm getting the 5 volts. Which comes from over the other side, which is the feed in on that one. Then it comes down here and goes back out again into there. I don't know why they have to come all the way here to go to the same place. Unless there's some sort of sensory stuff here. I'm going to resolder them ones. And see what happens. Stay steady. It's dirty. I must get a new solder tip. And if the capacitors are charged, I'll soon know. Taking a lot of heat, that one is to do. No, it was just that one. Let's do that one while I'm here. Probably find I'll muck something else up doing something, you know, which does happen. Now I made them all look like burn marks. Then 9 volt. Wonder where that went. So they're already. But I'm sure I checked these voltages before. Did I? Yes, I did. That's a double one there. That there is a double rectifier. It's on a heatsink on the other side. That's the big heatsink. It does the main 3.3 and 1.85 wherever that goes. As I say, wish I knew more about them. This video has gone on a long time now. Anyway, we give it one more test. but I don't think I'm getting anywhere. Let's just put this back down. Plug it in and see, make sure nothing goes. That's the first relay. Sounds to me like it went into protection mode then, but without a display you can't tell. Doesn't look like it's working now. Yeah. First relay. Second relay. It is working. And as I say, it all works. Sounds fine. Anyway, I'll give up on this one. It's another one for a giveaway. Works as a good amplifier if you don't mind the display not working. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye now.